Hello family and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you as well and ask that you hit the subscribe button to become a part of our family. So today, as the title states, we are going to be talking about how to be productive at home. First, I think it's important for us to understand what it means to be productive. Productive in the Webster's dictionary is defined as yielding results, benefits, or profit. But when I look at the word productive as a biblical homemaker, to me it isn't about doing more, but prioritizing what matters and completing the task and completing it well. Because there's a difference between being busy and being productive. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 27 says, "She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness." Me being a mom of four, learning to balance my current season in life, I'm prioritizing the things that are most important at this time of my life, like having healthy meals, making lasting memories with all of the kids and my spouse, doing our daily Bible studies, and also laundry. We have to eat and have clean clothes, and also prioritize our mental health and well-being. So to me, that covers all of those things. The best thing that I can suggest is creating a list of things you want to get done and then number them in order of importance. Once you get your most important things checked off, then you can start on the less important things. I have to giggle at this a little bit because doesn't most of everything that we do, doesn't it all seem important? To keep track of your everyday plans, I would suggest you have a planner or a calendar. I know we live in a world where everything is digital, but I myself love to write things down. But when I don't have paper and pen, I use Google Keeps, and I also use my Google Calendar. Google Keeps can be used to take notes, write tasks, and also to create checklists. And I use Google Calendar because it can be linked to my husband's calendar. So we're both able to see what's going on for a specific day. And this has been one of my most effective ways that I stay productive because I know that if we have something planned, I have to plan around that. And so I also want to add to you guys that if you are like me, and I had to learn this like a long time ago, instead of keeping all of these to-do lists in your head, you need to go ahead and write it down somewhere. That way, I heard somebody say this. I think it was, I think her name is Maddie James, if I'm not mistaken. But she said, go ahead and write it down. That way you can close some of those tabs in your head. And it made so much sense to me because if you're a mom like me, it's a hard thing to do because we can just say, oh, I'm going to write that down or I'm going to get this done, and then we forget about it. So it's better to just go ahead and write it down and close those tabs so you don't have to try to remember and think about it. So go ahead and write it down. Now, here are some practical tips for you guys. Having a daily routine and being consistent can and will make a big difference in your life. Here's an example of how I start my day every day. I read my Bible, get me and the babies dressed, make breakfast, and then take care of my daily to-do list. Not only does this routine provide structure, it also helps my family with knowing what to expect. My kids know every day when they come downstairs, they can expect breakfast. They know on Wednesdays and Saturdays, that's when I do laundry. And on Sundays, I try to do very little. So for the most part, things around here is pretty predictable. And so that helps us to stay on one accord basically. And also, if the kids have something that comes up, they can say, well, hey mom, this is going on. And they can know that usually what is being done around that time if they have something that they want to do at a certain time, if that makes sense. So this is a little off topic, but not having an abundance of things that's not needed, like toys, that pile of mail you got on your entryway table, or just things that make the home feel cluttered, like excessive decor and things like that. Get rid of them, because if you're like me and have kids, the toys are piled up in a corner and it always feels like I'm always constantly straightening up that corner and always messing with that pile of mail that needs to be shredded. So finally I decluttered it, and now when we go to the store, my toddler always asks for a toy, and I remind her that we have toys at home and maybe we can try playing with one of those toys. And also having a shredder at home, like near the door or wherever you walk in with the mail. That way it doesn't make it to that counter space. I think it's also important to add age-appropriate chores. So at the end of every day, my two older kids are responsible for sweeping, fixing the dining table and dishes, and also cleaning the countertops. Usually one does the dishes and countertops and the other does sweeping and the dining table. This is mostly to help them to learn to care for themselves as I don't make them clean after my younger kids because I don't believe that's fair to them because that's not their responsibility, but it's mine. Now, some days when I'm too tired, I'll offer them a few dollars to clean up the kids' toys or something like that because it helps them to be able to have a little spending money besides the money that we give them for an allowance. I also want to mention to add self-care into your routine to prevent burnout. I'm currently learning this part myself, you guys, and I know taking care of things can sometimes get overwhelming, but we also have to remember to take care of ourselves. As the saying goes, we can't pour from an empty cup. One of the biggest things that keeps people from being unproductive is electronic devices. Stop wasting time and put your phone down. Or here's one way you can be productive with your phone. I like to read and listen to podcasts while tackling my checklist. All you have to do is find your local library and sign up for a library card, and you can listen to any audiobook that they have in their library. And so I know a lot of libraries, they use Libby or Cloud Library. There's also Audible. I'll link those down below and you can check that out as well. But to be productive, we have to get those obstacles out of our way, and many people are wasting precious hours forever scrolling on social media. And so that is my little take on being productive. These are some things that work best for me, and I wanted to just share that with you guys. If you guys made it this far, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Be blessed.